So one of my favorite genres in the modern game era are deck builders. I really enjoy playing them, but the problem is they kind of all become the same thing. You have a row of cards, you have a hand of cards, and I'm going to use out all my cards, and I'm going to buy one or two from the middle and continue on, and eventually get this machine rolling. So, when today's game came along, it did something a little bit different. I was very intrigued. So let's have a look at Sky Dynasty. So in Sky Dynasty, the object of the game is to receive 10 influence points. And the first person to receive those influence points will be the winner of the game. And the influence points, in the version I have at least, are represented by these red gems. So if you collect 10 of those, you are the winner of the game. So the first thing you're going to do is you'll set out all the locations here. Now all of my locations just have some text here, but I'm sure they're going to have some pretty artwork or something along the lines on them. But you're going to place them out in the order of the number on them, and some have some setup stuff that I will do as I show you because I don't have that much room to move stuff around. Then each player is going to go ahead and take the 6 ships of their color, and they're going to take a deck associated with their color. So let's just say we're playing the yellow ships here. We're going to take the deck with the yellow ST in the corner of all the cards. So we're going to take that deck, then we're going to give it a really good shuffle, and we will all begin the game. Also, to start the game, you are going to start off with 3 coins that can be used to purchase stuff, and other cards will be able to gain you some more money to be able to purchase some new ships and locations. The very first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw 6 cards from your deck. And showing you the types of cards that you might have is you might have stuff like these cargo ships that don't have any power to them, but they do have a really cool ability. For example, if the ship survives, it's going to gain a coin. That's what all the shuttles do. There are also these red cards, which are, offensive ships. So these 2 interceptors have a value of 1. They don't do anything special, but they will help you gain a location. And then there are also these green cards, which are location cards. So the very first thing everybody does is once they've shuffled their deck, they've drawn their 6 cards, everybody goes ahead and draws 1 card. So I drew another cargo ship. And now you're going to choose some cards to dispatch. Now this will be a fleet of ships that you're going to dispatch to a location. So you're going to pick a certain amount of ships that you want to go. So let's just say, let's take 2 cargo ships and an interceptor. Whoops. Don't let your opponent see what you're doing. And to send them to a specific location, you must play a location. So I only have the market in my hand, so I'm only allowed to send these ships to the market. So you go ahead and you place all of your cards face down. One thing in the rules says you do not have to reveal how many cards that you are sending out. You can say like, oh, I'm sending this many cards out, but you don't have to reveal it to anybody. So it's secret until everybody is ready. Once you're ready, you go ahead and you reveal your fleet. So I reveal that I have these cargo ships and this interceptor, and I am going to the market. So what you will do is you will take all of your ships and then you will dispatch them to the location that you are going to. So I'm going to send them all to the market. And you go ahead and you put one of your color ships on top of them to denote that they are yours. So let's go ahead and have a look at the market here, and I'll get that actually set up here. So the market says that when we set it up, we should have laid out 1 ship card, 1 card from the ship deck, and 1 card from the location deck. And that's these 2 decks that I have right up here. So this is a location deck, which is a smaller deck. So one of those cards goes out there, and then also one card from the ship deck. So we have a diplomat out there. So that happens, and everybody else is going to send all of their cards or all of their fleets to wherever they go. And then you will continue on. You will pick up your hand of cards, and you will go ahead and send out another fleet. If you want to, you can take as many or as few cards as you want to. So let's say I'm going to have these 3 cards, these 2 cargo ships and this interceptor go, but I don't have a location to go to. So I know I'm going to be forced to go to open space. So there's a 7th card here that says open space, and you can only dispatch open space twice per dispatch round. So you have a decision. I can actually, send these separately, or I can send them all together, however I want to. So these all go face down. Everybody's 1, 2, 3 ready, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send all of these ships to some open space. Once everybody has passed, because it would come back to me, and obviously I have no new cards, so I have to pass. And if somebody just has cards and they don't want to use, they can pass as well. Once everybody has passed, then anybody that has cards left in their hand is going to discard all of those cards. So then you're going to go on to the resolution step. The resolution step is you're going to resolve each of the locations in order. You're going to first see if each location is contested, and if it is contested, who has the higher power. So we have nothing up here in the junkyard, dealer, palace, shipyard, gateway, but I have some ships here in the market. So I happen to be the only one here at the market. So I'm allowed to go ahead and use the market's ability, since I'm the only one here and I'm completely uncontested. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read what the market says. So I'm allowed to purchase either one of these cards, and after I make a purchase, I'm going to gain 5 coins. So let's look at the cards here a little bit closer and see what I have here. So I have a junkyard with a diamond here, so it's an influential junkyard. When this location card is chosen, dispatch your fleet to the junkyard and gain an influence. So that is a very cool thing to have within your deck. And then the diplomat card says on survival, gain 1 influence. It doesn't have any power, but if this ship survives, it will gain an influence. So I only have 3 coins here, so unfortunately I can't afford the junkyard, because the junkyard, its cost right up here in the corner, is 6. At this time, I can't do that, but I am able to purchase this diplomat. So I'm going to take the diplomat, I'm going to place that in my discard pile, and then I'm going to go ahead and pay my 3 to the bank. And then you go ahead and discard all of your ships that are there. And if any of them have a survival bonus, you're going to go ahead and get that survival bonus now. Now, the market card does not, the interceptor does not, but these 2 cargo ships do have a survival bonus. So they both say gain 1 coin. So put those into my discard pile, and they survived, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to gain a coin. Now let's go over to the open space location here. And let's go ahead and let's just say that another player had dispatched some ships there. So let's say the pink player had gone over here, and they have some ships right over there. So now this is contested, a contested location, and let's see who would win the location there. And actually, let's just go ahead and throw them another interceptor here. So we're going to look at our total power and compare the two. So we will go ahead and look at the cards here. So I have a total power of 1 because of my 1 interceptor, and the pink player here has a total power of 2 because of their 2 interceptors. So unfortunately, yellow has lost the battle for open space, so all of their cards go to the discard pile. And then the winning player will get the bonus for that location if there is one. Unfortunately, open space, there is no bonus, but they do get all of their survival bonuses on their card. Also, one thing I didn't talk about is the Swift Wind here. It actually has a dispatch bonus, so whenever this card was dispatched, the owner of this card from this fleet would actually gain 1 coin right away. So they have a cargo shuttle there, so they will gain 1 coin, and that's the only thing they get with that particular location. So let me show you some of the other locations and how they work. So let's look at the junkyard here. The junkyard has a lot of stuff going on, but it is just basically a die roll. You're going to roll a die and you're going to do what the junkyard says. So if you roll a 1, you may trash a card and gain a coin, and draw a card from the ship or location deck, and you may purchase that card at the cost. If you roll a 2, you may trash up the 2 cards and gain 2 coins per trashed card. Number 3, you may trash up the 2 cards and draw 2 cards from the ship deck. You may purchase 1 at cost, and etc. depending on what you roll. There is this dealer card, or dealer location. And when we set it up, we're going to lay out 3 cards from the ship deck, so they'll have some ships available here. And before you make your purchase, you get a bonus. You can gain an influence, you can gain 3 coins, or you can gain 2 influence if you pay 3 coins. So it's very interesting when you go to the dealer. You can try to use the dealer to get some influence and hopefully some better ships, and you can buy as many as you want. And also with the dealer, when a card is purchased, you're going to replace them at the beginning of each round. So if a card is purchased, it's going to stay empty until the beginning of the next round. Next up is the Palace, which is a very interesting location. So when you start with the Palace, you're going to place this little purple marker, and you're going to place it on the first part of the location here. So it'll be when you are able to go to the palace, you're going to gain 1 influence and advance the palace marker. Then if you go there again, when the marker is here, you're going to gain 2 influence and advance the palace marker. And then finally, this will be a 3-point bonus for anybody that goes to the palace from then on out. So you have to build the palace up. Then there is the shipyard. And there's going to be 3 ships available for purchase. But with this one, as soon as the card is purchased, you refill it with a new card. So you can buy a card, and boom, a new one comes out that might be even better than what you were thinking about purchasing as your second purchase. So the shipyard is always cycling, and it's a good way to get some really cool ships. The gateway is a way to get some really cool locations. So you're going to put out 4 locations available from purchase. So once a card is purchased from here, you're going to replace it as soon as it is done. And this is a way to get some of the locations that aren't in your starting deck. In your starting deck, you only have, I believe, like the junkyard and the market, and I believe the palace, but there's only a few locations that you start off with. So the gateway is a way to get the locations that you definitely need. Now the market, we've already been there, but I'll explain it one more time. The market is going to have a location and a ship available for purchase, and this will get replaced at the beginning of the round. But after you make your purchase, you're going to gain some money. So that is something that's really cool. If you are a little bit low on cash, you can just go here and not purchase anything, and then gain 5 coins. So it's a kind of a way to make a little bit of money, or if there's something out there that you really, really want, hey, go ahead and go for it. And then, of course, there is open space, which, as I said, you can only go to twice. And there's no bonus here, but it's a way to throw out some ships there if they have the dispatch bonus or the survival bonus, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people are going there.
This program is part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. Find more at pncn.rocks, where all the geeks come to play.
So that is just a little taste of Sky Dynasty. Now this one was really fun. I really like the mechanism of a deck builder, but I like how this one presented it. So you have a little bit of strategy of where you want to send your cards out to do different tasks. And then you have to kind of try to read your opponent and see, where do I think you're going? Are you trying to go for the gateway? Are you trying to go for these other places? And I'm trying to remember, oh, did you buy that market card last time? Or did Sam buy that market card? Or who bought that really big ship? Because I'm worried about that ship coming out sometime soon. So it does have a lot of interesting play and a lot of strategy within. So this is going to be on Kickstarter very, very soon. If this looks like something you would enjoy, I'll have a link down below for the Kickstarter as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and help support Cloak and Meeple. I have my Patreon campaign right over there. You can click and help donate to Cloak and Meeple to make these videos even better, as well as my subscribe button down below. Please do not forget to like this video. That really, really helps. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.